Now, your forecast first. Sponsored by Alvin Barnes, your local country financial insurance agent.
Good evening. I'm your local weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates. Beautiful weather throughout all of central Illinois today. Currently, temps cooling nicely. 63 in Pontiac. There's a wonderful view on the Pontiac RV camera. We've got temperatures now in the upper 50s to low 60s region-wide. Currently, the Peoria area is at a comfortable 65, but as we take you through the rest of tonight, mostly clear skies, perhaps some patchy fog as we head out early tomorrow morning. We don't anticipate that fog being significant for your morning commute, but it may limit some visibility in spots. We are in for more pleasant weather, but there are some changes ahead. We'll have that full forecast coming up. Wyzz News at 9 starts now.
Tonight at 9, debating recreational marijuana. The village of Metamora is now jumping in on that conversation. Also, the suspect accused of killing Tiffany Murphy appeared in court today. We'll share the events leading up to his arrest. And exploring higher education opportunities. The number of students making their freshman territory at Illinois State University. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Eugene Daniel. First, running for office can seem daunting for those who want to create change in their community, but have no political experience. And often, people feel like their leaders can't relate to their problems. But tonight in Tazewell County, your neighbors learn how they can jump into the political fray and make a difference. Treasurer Roberts joins us with how a forum prepared everyday individuals for the upcoming election. Treasurer.
Well, Eugene, city leaders made sure these neighbors were prepared for the required paperwork and informed about all the rules and regulations. The Tazewell County clerk says Central Illinois needs more candidates and believes this was a step in the right direction.
Elections are coming up and several in Tazewell County want to be on the ballot.
It's definitely time for people like us to basically get our voices out there. And that's how this is going to happen.
Colin Clyburn is a carpenter and disagrees with sitting politicians.
The vested interests of the people are not being displayed, correctly.
With the help of a bipartisan forum in Tazewell County, he's now closer to making a difference in his community. Tazewell County Clerk John Ackerman said he doesn't want the political system to stop good people from running.
It's a difficult process to file to run for office. It's just not walking out and screaming, "I'm running."
He and his team broke down how to become a candidate for those with no previous experience.
One thing I hate is when you see individuals that have been passionate about wanting to run and then they make a minor mistake, and because of that then they get removed off the ballot.
Neighbors left the forum more confident and ready to make change.
I'm just a carpenter, and I've kind of made my way around this stuff, so for me to be able to do it, I believe that most other people could do it as well.
For those interested in running in the upcoming Tazewell County election, the candidate filing period begins November 25th and ends December 2nd. Eugene.
All right, Treasurer. Well, continuing that candidate discussion, Rachel Parker is running for Peoria County Clerk. Parker was appointed to that position last month, taking the seat of the late former clerk, Steve Sonamaker.
Initially, it was my decision not to run for the permanent position of Peoria County Clerk. But after much prayer, the support of my family, friends, and community leaders, and especially a push from the Peoria County community, today I stand before you to announce that I will seek the permanent seat of the Peoria County Clerk.
Board members have said she is a great person for the role, and as she said, several others have encouraged her to take that step further. Parker says she hopes to receive your vote in March of 2020. Well, many central Illinois communities are discussing how to deal with recreational marijuana when it's legalized in Illinois. Tuesday night, the village of Metamora decided to put a policy in place taxing the sale of recreational marijuana by 3%. This does not mean the village is allowing a dispensary to come to town, but village president Ken Maurer says he wants to be prepared if it does happen.
I don't know if Metamora would ever vote to have a dispensary in the community or not. We haven't had enough input. But should it come in, I want to make sure we can get the 3% sales tax.
The state is awarding 75 licenses in the first few months of 2020. Maurer says Metamora will likely not be one of the first to open a dispensary. A follow-up in the case of against a Peoria City Councilman, Zach Euler, made an appearance in court today and was charged with domestic battery. His wife, Heather, filed an order of protection against him last month after an incident. The order from Mrs. Euler stated he came home from a bar, took her phone, and assaulted her. Euler's lawyer says, quote, "We look forward to our jury trial." And Gary Berchtold from Peoria County was in court this afternoon for the death of Tiffany Murphy. She'd been missing for almost a year. Matt Sheehan was in the courtroom as Berchtold appeared before the judge.
Gary Berchtold walked from the Marshall County Jail across the street here and into the Marshall County Courthouse. Now, Berchtold is accused of killing, burning, and hiding the body of Tiffany Murphy. Murphy was last seen September 1st of 2018 after she reportedly was dropped off at the old Casey's in Lakin. Fast forward to August 24th of this year, when human remains, being hair and bones, were found in Edelstein, right on the Peoria-Marshall County line. Gary Berchtold's pre-trial was moved to Monday, September 9th at 2 p.m. in the Marshall County Courthouse. In Lakin, I'm Matt Sheehan. Back to you.
Well, former Congressman Aaron Schock is officially cleared of charges related to his alleged misuse of campaign funds. He was accused of taking money from his congressional campaign and using it for personal expenses, like decorating his office in the style of Downton Abbey. Earlier this year, he agreed to pay $68,000 back and work with the IRS to find out how much he owes in taxes. Well, today a U.S. District Court ruled that Schock has completed the terms of the deal, and Schock's attorney issued the following statement saying, quote, "The dismissal is a just result, but one that cannot fully rectify an unjust process by the prior prosecutors." Victims of domestic violence or stalking will soon have a faster way to get protection. Right now, if somebody wanted to file a no-contact order on a holiday or in the evening, it wouldn't be processed until the next business day. However, that is changing on January 1st. The new law means people filing no-contact orders and orders of protections on holidays or evenings will have their request immediately filed with law enforcement. Peoria County Sheriff Brian Asbell says the changes are a long time coming, but are ultimately steps in the right direction.
The intent of this is to protect citizens that are obviously having some type of, a dangerous situation, a perceived danger, potentially violent situation. So it's going to give law enforcement another tool to take enforcement action if something's violated, because it's going to be more readily entered into the system.
Sheriff Asbell also says although it's a start, the bill is only part of the solution. He says police still face the task of tracking down perpetrators and serving them. It is a big year for Illinois State University. The Redbirds, enrolled their largest freshman class in more than 30 years. More than 3,800 first-year students will step foot on campus this fall, and University President Larry Dietz says the historically large freshman class is proof that students recognize the high quality of education, growth, and leadership opportunities that the university has to offer. He also says that graduate enrollment has increased over the last 4 years. And if you're looking for more local news, be sure to open your CI Proud to Go mobile app. There we have at least a dozen more stories that we couldn't fit into the newscast, including learning about weather history and tips to prepare for any type of condition. If you don't have our app, you can easily download it, or you can always go to ciproud.com. Interesting story online for the weather history, how you can always be prepared. One way to do that, checking in with our chief meteorologist, Chris Yates. He always has the update on what we're looking like outside. Chris, what are those weather conditions?
Yeah, not a whole lot going on now, but it is a good time to prepare. It is National Safety Preparedness Month, just for any type of severe weather, winter weather, severe storms, hurricanes, you name it. Now is a good time to prepare. By the way, Ed Shimon from the National Weather Service gave a great presentation today at the Peoria Public Library. If you get a chance, go check out that article. He'll have, I think, some additional talks coming up later this year. High temperatures were in the low to mid 70s, 76 degrees in Peoria today. Not too shabby. If it was this all year round, I think we'd all be very, very happy. Maybe a little bit more rain from time to time, but no rain out there now. You can all thank high pressure for that. Although the tropics remain active out near the Carolinas, Georgia, Florida. We'll touch base on Dorian here in just a moment. But for us, not a whole lot changing as we go through tomorrow. But as you can see, there will be another frontal system knocking on our door. That is set to arrive tomorrow evening. and that'll give us at least our next chance for some rain. But don't hold your breath. It's not going to add up to much. Here's that school forecast for tomorrow. Sending the kids out. There may be some patchy morning fog. It's not really going to impact, I think, the morning drive for anybody, bus drivers included. Temperatures into the upper 70s by 3 o'clock, so it's going to be a good afternoon, good day overall for kids everywhere in central Illinois. Now, we do have some rain in the forecast. We'll break down that full forecast coming up in just a little bit. Eugene?
All right, coming up, being proactive before emergency strikes, the efforts that lawmakers and educators are making to keep children safe at school. And Eureka's Ben Zobrist says he's relieved his first night back with the Cubs went so well. They won in Zobrist's first game back with the team in 4 months, and Kurt Pegler has the story later in sports.
You're watching WYZZ News at 9 with Eugene Daniel, Chief Meteorologist Chris Yates with your local Weather Authority forecast, and Kurt Pegler with sports. This is WYZZ News at 9.